Normally, we start the Upanishad after reciting the Shanti mantra. The Shanti mantra that we recite here, Om Purnamada Purnamidam, that is actually the Shanti mantra of Shukla Yajurveda. What do we mean by a Shanti mantra? A Shanti mantra is an invocation for peace. The Acharyas, teachers, have been telling us that there are 3 kinds of Shanti mantras. One is that the mantra contains truth in essence. Truth in a nutshell is projected in the mantra itself. The second type of Shanti mantras is where the person who chants invokes the higher powers for various benefits like health, long life, continued welfare, and goodwill from others. All these so that he is not hampered by negative forces in the pursuit of his knowledge. He is asking the gods, various gods, to give him different kinds of felicities so that he is able to live for a long time and pursue the studies of the Upanishad unhampered, without obstacles. An example would be Shanno Mitra Shammaruna. That mantra belongs to this class, where the person who chants it for certain benefits, which might look like mundane, ordinary things, but then the ultimate aim is to enable himself pursue the studies without obstacles and distractions. The third kind is where the persons who chant it, they declare a certain intent. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu. There, the intention is that the guru and the teacher should be able to understand the truth and then remain firmly seated in that, in an absolutely harmonious atmosphere. There, the intention of the guru and the seekers alike to be in a certain stage is declared. This is the third kind. Now, the Shukla Yajurveda's Shanti mantra, Om Purnamada Purnamidam, is actually of the first kind, where the Shanti mantra itself declares the entire truth in a nutshell, in a pithy form. When we go into the mantra, it is like this: Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om is Brahmavachi. The sound is Brahmavachi. Brahma is the ultimate reality. Brahman is the ultimate reality. If you can think about a sound equivalent of that, it is Om. Om is it's a casket in which the entire existence is contained. It holds the truth. It holds existence. It holds consciousness and bliss in a nutshell. We recite that so that our intellect is tuned, our mind is tuned in such a way that we are able to see the truth, appreciate the truth, finally become the truth. That is why Om. The sound is Pranava mantra. We start the mantras with this Pranava. Om itself is a Pranava mantra. Om Purnamada. Ada means that. Here, by that, we mean Brahman. The whole, perfect, complete Brahman. Why is it called Purna or whole? It is not subjected to any kind of limitations. The limitations that we generally can think of are of three types. One is the limitation of space. The other one is the limitation of time. The third is the limitation of matter. By the limitation of space, or to put it plainly, place, it means that if person A is here at this point of time, if he is here, he is not there. The teacher asked the child, "Where were you yesterday?" The child says, "I had gone on a small interesting errand." The father, knowing about it, asked the child, "Where had you gone?" He says, "I had gone to school. I was in the class." No. If you had gone for this errand, you could not have been in the class. You can be there only in one place. We are all subjected to this kind of limitation. The second one is the limitation of time. A person is alive now. He certainly was not alive 200 years ago. He certainly would not be existing 200 years hence, 200 years from now in future. That means he is limited in terms of time. He may live for 70 years, 100 years, 120 years, not beyond, or maybe 150 years, not beyond that. So he is limited by time. The third is matter, limited by matter. Generally, we consider ourselves as could be identified by our body. Suppose, think of an identical a pair of identical twins. A pair of identical twins. They look alike. Their intellectual capacity is the same. They get the same marks. They look very much alike. We would be confusing one person for the other. It will be very difficult for us to tell one person from the other, A and B. But then, A is not B, because A's body is different from B's. Matter. Here, the limitation is the matter. We have our organic kind of existence. We have our organic limitations. So and so is 6 feet, fair in complexion, blue eyes, and so on. So these are our identification marks. With this, we identify the person. Matter is a limiting adjunct. Brahman is not subjected to any of these. Brahman is free from limitations. Whole, full. Purnamada. Brahman is full. It is wholeness. From that wholeness, suppose we take away this world, which is also, this universe, which is also full. Om Purnamada Purnamidam. Purnamada is the first statement. That Brahman, whole, it is whole, perfect, complete. Purnamidam. This universe, this phenomenal existence called universe, with which we daily interact with our organs, senses of knowledge, with our senses of action, jnanendriyas and karmendriyas, which we perceive through our intelligence. All this entire phenomenal world is also full. Why is this full? This is full because if we take away the forms and names of all that we see around us, it is nothing but existence, consciousness and bliss. Not in any way different from that Brahman from which this originated. The entire universe has come from Brahman. It has not come from anywhere else. It has come from Brahman. Like an urnanapi, a spider. A spider brings out the material with which it weaves the web. It doesn't have to go to any place and fetch anything to build this web, to create this web. From the Brahman, this universe has arisen. And generally we find everything in this universe is fleeting. What is exactly fleeting? What is that which is seen as fleeting? That is names and forms. If the names and forms are removed, what is left behind is nothing but existence, consciousness and bliss. This is also full. And when we speak in terms of creation, when this universe has been taken away from Brahman, that fullness from which this has been taken away remains full. We may recall what we had learned in the mathematics class, in the primary classes. 0. From 0, how many zeros can we take away? Any number of zeros. If it is a digit like 3, from that we cannot take away 4. 4 cannot be subtracted from 3 as it is explained to a primary school student. But any number of zeros can be taken away from 0. What is taken is 0, what is left is also 0. By taking away 100 zeros from 1 0, that 1 0 from which these have been taken away remains the same. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyade. From wholeness, only wholeness comes. From the wholeness called Brahman, only the wholeness of the universe arises. Purnameva avashishyade. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyade Purnasya Purnamadaya. From that wholeness, when we take away the wholeness called this universe or any number of universes, then what is left behind is also wholeness, completeness, perfection. It is with this Shanti mantra that we start reciting the Upanishad mantras. Hari Om, Pranamam to all blessed souls. Hari Om.